Well, this video has ended up being a nightmare for technology. Everything's gone wrong in it. The cameras went wrong, the sound's gone wrong, and we've crashed the van as well. So, hope you enjoy it anyway.
Well, good morning, folks. I'm up with the larks this morning. I think it's anyway, I'm up bright and early. It's been a funny old week up to now. We've been in a bit of a smash-up. When I say smash-up, that's probably been a bit over dramatic. Somebody's driven into the back of us on this dual carriageway. Actually, we were just on our way to photograph a christening, because that's what we do for a job. Well, we photograph anything, not just christenings. And I let somebody out because the traffic was slow, because the lights were on red. I'll show you where. We're just coming up. And at this point, the microphone decided to stop working. It's a DJI Mic 2, and they're supposed to be brilliant, but they do not like connecting to the Insta360 X4, especially in the van. Must be something to do with the engine is interfering with it. Anyway, we're coming up to the point where we had the crash. It's just round here. And this junction on the left, I let somebody out because the traffic was really going slow. And then I had to pull up at the lights just here. And the guy just drove into the back of us. Easily done, but, you know, it did give us a bit of a shock. We both jolted forward, and I think we have hurt our backs a little bit now, our necks a little bit. But as we said, we were on our way to this christening, so we couldn't stop. So the gentleman wants to, I think he wants to avoid the insurance and just pay us, but it looks like it's going to be a bit more than we thought it was going to be. So the reason I'm out in the van anyway is because the van is due a service. And this is a garage here just on the right. And typically somebody has just pulled in just in front of me, so I'm going to have to go up to this little turnaround and come back round again. Right, I'll just spin the van round here. Oh, maybe I won't. The turning circle is not quite as good as I thought it was going to be. Oh, and there's a guy come behind me now. He's going to be angry with me. It looks like the guy's got out the way for me, so in we go. Oh, it's so annoying that this microphone isn't working, as I'm sure he had something really, really important to tell you. Actually, I was probably just going to say, look, I've got my woolly hat, I've got my gloves, I look like I'm overdressed, but it's absolutely freezing. It's only about 2 degrees. It looks sunnier than it is. Anyway, I'm going to be going home on the bike, so I need to be wrapped up. I've got me a little electric bike this morning. It's only a little titchy thing. People look at me really funny when I'm riding this. It looks like a little circus bike, but it's not too bad. It's not great. You can't get up a big bank or anything, but it'll do the job for now. Right, here we go. First bike ride of the year. I was absolutely knackered when I got home, but you can see how cold it is. It's only a few miles and it won't take us long. So, how then? Let's get going. I wanted to cross the road to get over into the sunshine because I was so cold, and you can see I nearly fell off there. The guy in the taxi seen what was happening and he slowed down for us. I give him a bit of a wave. Thanks very much, mate. I was a bit of a naughty boy, as you can see. I didn't put my helmet on. I don't do what I did. There is a good reason for that though. The clip had broken and I just couldn't get it fastened at all. I've still ended up in the shade though somehow. If I put the camera up in the air, you can see why people are looking at me funny. It does look like one of them tiny little circus bikes, doesn't it? I should have had a clown's outfit on. I would have got loads of waves. There, that's better. It doesn't look too bad from the front, does it? Anyway, we're coming up to my favourite football team. Here we go, Hartlepool United. You cannot whack 'em. Sadly, we're down in the 5th tier of English football at the moment, but we are doing well. I think we've won 3 games in a row and drew the 2 before that. So we definitely in the top half of the table. There's a possible chance that we can make it to the playoffs, but you never know. Not far to go now. You know, there's some really lovely spots in Hartlepool, but it does get some bad press, and rightly so sometimes. I mean, we had some terrible riots in the summer. Have you noticed that they never riot in the winter? There must be a reason for that. I've seen this guy on the marina here. He's in one of them boats that they sort of sail across the Atlantic in. I don't know what he's up to. I'll have to investigate that. Right, we're coming round the seafront. The tide's down, as you can see. And there's nobody on the beach apart from a load of seagulls. I actually love the seagulls. A lot of people think they're just flying rats, but
I absolutely love them, especially when they're dancing for the worms. Right, I've come across this archaeological dig. That wasn't easy to say. They found this when they're building some new luxury apartments on the marina. I've got a bit of drone footage. I'll shut that on for you. Now, we're not exactly sure where it is, but there is some thoughts that it's an old corn mill or a foundry or something like that anyway. Right, it's time to head home for a nice warm coffee before I have to bike back down for the van.
Right, the van's done. So I'm off to collect it on my little electric bike. I did have the camera on the bike as I was driving home, but as you'll see, as you've already seen, the stupid microphone disconnected. So I'm using a different camera. The one I was using earlier on was the Insta360 X4, which I'm not that happy with at the moment. I'm not that happy with the graphics. Well, I'm not that happy with the images and the video, and the DJI microphone just doesn't stay connected to it. It's very glitchy, especially when you've got an engine running, as you'll see. So I was doing loads of talking all the way home, half an hour ride home, and we never got to see any of it. Well, we never got to hear any of it. Anyway, I've come the pretty way so we can see the tide's up now. We're just going over some cobblestones here, so let's see how the Pocket 3 camera, which is what I'm using now, the Osmo Pocket 3 from DJI. And of course, it's got the DJI mic connected to it. And hopefully, that's working much better. I can see that it's connected and it is picking it up.
So, as you can see, this camera is an even worse choice. Oh God, I'm having a nightmare with technology at the moment. It's not so bad when you're on something smooth, but as soon as you get on something a little bit rough, the camera just can't cope with it. It's not advertised as an action camera, but at least the sound's working good, isn't it?
Of course, this camera does have a gimbal on it, so it's not necessarily staying on me all the time. The HMS Trincomalee in the dock part there, and that thing there is the Wingfield Castle, which is supposedly getting some money spent on it and done up to get it back to its pride and joy. I wish we ever come here. Can I get out, lad? Can I get out? I might have to go back. There's a lot more people about now, so I should probably go on the road. That'd be the right thing to do, wouldn't it? How amazing does this place look? This is the Museum of Hartlepool and the Royal Navy's Museum of Hartlepool. Oh, that's Hartlepool. And they are actually putting a bike track in here. They've just found some funding, millions of pounds, to build a bike track all the way to where I'm going, to the headland in Hartlepool. But at the moment, the safest way is actually on the paths. But these aren't getting used that much at the moment. So I feel all right, I'm not getting in people's way. So what I was trying to say when I was on my way down in the van was, it's been a bit of an eventful weekend. We were just out and about, minding our own business, on our way to do a job. We were photographing a christening for a little lovely baby. And on the way there, a car smashed into the back of us. And when I say smashed, we were stationary and he wasn't going that fast. But he was in a nice, big, substantial car, a Merc, and it's caused a lot more damage than we thought. So I've just added to the garage, and we thought it might have been a couple of £100, but he reckons it's going to be four to 500 quid. It was a hell of a shock for us, actually. I mean, we just going past a junction on the dual carriageway. I just let them out because the lights were on red, and as we pulled in behind the one that we'd let out, the lights obviously were on red, so we had to stop. And the guy, he didn't realise we'd stopped, and he just banged into the back of us. A hell of a jolt.
We do both have a bit sore neck, bit sore back, but we don't know if it's going to get any worse or not. So we haven't actually been to the doctors or anything. We don't just like to stick a claim in if there's no claim needed, you know. It's a bit hard to work this camera when you're on the back. I hope it's alright. So yeah, we're off to collect the van. It's had its service. That was a bit more than I thought it was going to be as well. Apparently it takes a hell of a lot of oil. So that's 113 quid for a service. I don't know if that is cheap or expensive. I thought it was going to be about 70 quid. But hey ho, it's been done now. And we have been worried about the timing belt and does that need changing? Well, the good news is apparently this model of Renault Master doesn't have a timing belt. It only has a timing chain instead. So that's a bonus. Apparently they don't need changing. Here we are. Here he is. All serviced. Yep. So you can see the damage here. I mean, obviously it's a brand new light. You can see the paintwork. Oh, that's damaged as well. So it's scratched all this as well. So I mean, technically that's a new part. It knocked this off. This was just hanging loose. I've managed to push some of it back on, but apparently it's bended a little bit in there. So yeah, pain in the butt. And you can see this bit's come out as well. That's what it's supposed to look like. So yeah, short and sweet this week. Couldn't get away. Of course the van's illegal to drive at the moment, though I'm going to have to do it until I can get a new light on. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and comment. That would be great. And excuse the hair, I've had a hat on, I've had a woolly hat on. And we will catch you next time. Bye bye now.